Hi, my name is Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Animatic Con 2016 with Mr. Dennis Daniel. How are you doing?
To quote that famous philosopher, hey yo. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking.
All right, so it's been a while since the last time we got to talk to you. It was at Cutie Mark Card 2013. How have you been?
I know, it's what the heck, all of a sudden I don't become guest at cons anymore, and apparently I'm not the hot soup of the day anymore. That kind of hurts. Jeez, how long have we had a history with each other? I used to appear
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years, and what, 3 interviews in a 6-year period? Man, I feel like I'm just some kind of flash in the pan, and I'm kidding, by the way. No, things have been fairly good. A little up, a little down, a little sideways, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, right again, left, left, left. But yeah, things have been going pretty good. A lot of things have been happening since Cutie Mark Con. A lot of insane things happening personally, but we'll talk about this a little later on in the program.
Alrighty, so the wrestling world continues to have some dramatic changes. What has been some of the best that you've seen started since you started following it? Considering everything that's been going on recently.
I have been a wrestling fan since the end of 2001, just as the Alliance broke up following the Survivor Series. But then, it was a bummer crop. The NWO came to WWE. The Rock and Hogan fought at WrestleMania 18. We saw the rise of Triple H as world champion and the formation of Evolution. That was the ruthless aggression era that many like to call it. Saw the rise of future greats like Randy Orton, John Cena, Batista, Rey Mysterio. Eddie finally won a championship. Yeah. And he passed away, then got into the Hall of Fame. We saw the rise of the future stars like Cody Rhodes, now Stardust. We saw some greats continue to go, like Ric Flair, until 24, and then Shawn Michaels until 26. It's been crazy. I've seen a lot of great stars come out of it, but of course you're in Cincinnati, you can only talk about one name. That'd be the lunatic fringe, Dean Ambrose. Making his rise to the top of the mountain in WWE. He's a Cincinnati-born native, and I can remember watching him and a young Bryan Danielson, who many know as Daniel Bryan, compete in Norwood at Road to Destiny. That was a Heartland Wrestling Alliance production back in August of 2010. Those two putting on a magnificent wrestling clinic, and at the end, everyone was happy, and that was the first time I got to meet Daniel Bryan. I've met him on 2 other occasions. Most recently this past January at the Cavalcade of Customs. We just talked about if he had wrestled any good bears lately.
Alrighty, so a new thing for you to start work as a photographer of cosplayers. What sparked this, and how much fun has it been to work with them?
Well, it's kind of still a work in progress. I have my own business now. It's called Little Professor Productions, Facebook.com/Little Professor Productions. And, I'm starting off small. We started off our first year, doing free shoots to get the name out there. Now we're finally starting to get charged photo shoots, so hopefully by MatsuriCon in August, we'll be doing paid photo shoots. I've also done some photo shoots with friends just to get the name out there. One of them was Ruggles Cosplay, who does fantastic mascots for the conventions, including Animatic Con, so look for some photos of that coming real soon as well. I've done shoots with Kiss a Frog Cosplay, who just saw a boom in likes on Facebook. I've done shoots with Dancing Mad Cosplay, I did Kalapasky Senpai cosplay, just a whole bunch. It's a lot of fun. I think one of my favorite ones from last year was at BronyCon, and we did a photo shoot with our friends Blue, Shelbeanie Cosplay, and Serendipity Cosplay, who together were cosplaying as the Dazzlings. And what's cool is, we found this little water pier near the Inner Harbor, and it made for a great place because they're sirens. And if you're any kind of like Greek buff like I am, you know that sirens would live in your water. So that only made sense. Actually, it didn't dawn on me till afterwards. But one of the craziest things was an impromptu photo we took. It was of Blue, who was Sonata, and she was holding a Starbucks. And on one side we had Shelbeanie, who was she was Adagio, and she's like angry. And then on the other side was Serendipity, who was Aria, and she's just crossing her arms, pouting. A few weeks after the photo went up, I get a piece of fan art. Someone drew fan art of what it would look like if they were in the show having the Starbucks. So that's something. It's so cool that my photos are getting such positive feedback, and I think I'll have a a great way to go. And if you've got any of your viewers out there want to book a photo shoot with me at Matsuri-Con, the name is Little Professor Productions. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter at LPPCincy, or drop me an email at littleprofessorproductions@gmail.com.
Alrighty, and your 2 radio shows are quite popular. How are things going with them and the fan response to the programming?
Well, I'm going to be honest. We haven't done a real interview since last year. Last year has been kind of a rough spot for my family with Grandpa passing away, and then my aunt got diagnosed with a very rare form of Parkinson's disease, and that
it takes a lot out of you.
This is a 1 in 100,000 chance of getting Parkinson's PSP, and it rendered her. She couldn't walk, she couldn't feed herself, she couldn't go to the bathroom. So the radio shows kind of had to take a step to the side so that we could take care of it, because family always comes first. Yep. But right now she's doing better. She's at Indian Spring, which is a center in Oakley. So she's getting some care. We're still visiting her, bringing her snacks and change of clothes, getting her out of there as much as we possibly can, because even though they're there, they still have a brain and still need some stimulation. So, but it's been rough for my family. But we're hoping to get the show started back up. We're looking at this summer is going to be really big for fans of Steven Universe, because it's the summer of Steven, which means new episodes are coming back. All this great product is coming out, and we're going to try to capitalize on that by having some of our favorites back, like Zach Carlson and Michaela Dietz. We're also going to be trying to get Jennifer Paz, who plays Lapis Lazuli, on the show. Dee Dee Magna Hall, who's Pearl. We're really pushing to get Susan Egan, who plays Rose Quartz. And Tom Sharpling, who plays Greg Universe. Still no word back from Joel Hodson, who plays Mayor Dewey. But then again, he's getting ready for the new revamp of MST3K, so that's going to be awesome. But I think this summer it's going to be really big for the Dennis Daniels show. Just remember, folks, you got to believe in Steven. As for Care-a-Lot Radio, we are working on coming back. It's, again, just show I go to the wayside, take care of the family, but we are rebuilding up. We just got accepted for a panel at BronyCon. Depends on how I have an upcoming surgery in June. Nothing too serious, just a crown lengthening. It's not extensive, but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And that rhymes right there. So, yeah, that could be a real money drainer, so we got to see how we're playing it by ear. But, hopefully things will work out okay, and we'll be able to start doing the shows that we love to do again.
Alrighty, and a neat thing is that through your Autism radio shows that you've been part of, you got to interview Mr. John Cena. He's the most liked wrestler in the WWE at the moment, and what's it like talking with him, and that how big of a heart he has, that he actually hit like the most Make-A-Wish Foundation, amounts out of anybody in all of Make-A-Wish. So how is it like getting to talk with him, and how much he has a big heart?
Well, when you say most liked, that's kind of a loaded answer, because there's a good portion that do like him. There's also a strong portion that don't like him. I think that stems back to WrestleMania 22 when he wouldn't lose the title to Triple H. So I think that's where some of it starts to extend from. But Cena is, I think, a great guy. He is so kind. He takes time out of his busy schedule, and he is the face of WWE. That's a full-time job in a full-time job. And to take time to go see these kids with life-threatening illnesses, that truly says something about him. And passing the 300th wish and being the most requested superstar in Make-A-Wish history, that still only speaks to his character outside of the ring. He may not have the skills to pay the bills inside it, but outside, I kid, though. I kid. He may be hated inside the ring, but outside the ring, he's got the biggest heart of all, and I think one day he could be a really good ambassador to WWE when he decides to hang up the jorts.
Alrighty, and My Little Pony continues to keep going, and it's going strong. How is it like to watch the show expand and its fans continue to grow with the fandom?
Oh, pish posh applesauce! I'll tell you what, this sixth season's getting pretty crazy. Tell you what, I've always seen the first 2 episodes of the new season. It's crazy with work and everything, but I was fairly impressed with the birth of the new Alicorn. I mean, an Alicorn doesn't really come around the corner every couple of days, so seeing a birth of one is really crazy. But it's amazing that this fandom's still growing. Now, there are some dark parts to it that are, still there, but, you got to take the good with the bad. So I'm looking forward to the 6th season, and can you believe we're a year away from the My Little Pony movie?
No.
We are.
All right.
I want to get a whole bunch of the cast on there. I know a lot of the cast is going to BronyCon this year, so I'm hoping to go there as well and be able to get some on the show. But only time will tell.
Alrighty, and there is also the Animatic Con is its first year. So what's it like being invited here for its first year?
I'm thinking that the con chair lost a bet. He was like, hey, if you can reach up and touch this, then we won't invite Dennis Daniel. And he couldn't reach up and touch like a little bell or something, so they're like, okay, we got to invite Dennis. No, this is actually pretty amazing. I'm not asked to be a guest at a lot of cons. So when it happens, I am really humbled. But it's also kind of makes me a little nervous and uneasy because, I mean, look, you got Caitlin Barr and Caitlin French. They're well-established voice actors. You got the Ultra Girls cosplay. You got so many great cosplayers and the Dent Warehouse. Yeah, you got great cosplayers, great voice actresses, great people in the community. Then you got. And like, what is Dennis gonna bring? He's gonna walk around and go. No, it's really is a little daunting to come in with all these great people. But I've gotten to talk with Caitlin French. We actually just had some Mickey D's, and we found out she's actually a wrestling fan too. And we had a nice little conversation about where WWE is going right now. Talking about she really loves Dean Ambrose, so I think it's only appropriate that she be here in Ambrose country. So she's amazing. We talked about the divas coming up out of NXT. We talked about the new tag teams. Trying to hope that the Vaudevillains go over. It's kind of tough though because they're going up against Cass and Amore, and they are hot. And like that, you can't teach that.
Alrighty, and now that we also are talking about Animatic Con, and it has a nice charity associated with it in terms of the Autism Rocks and the Make a Fit Foundation, what was it like being able to be told that they were being part of this?
I know that a lot of conventions, they help raise money for charities, but this is the first convention I've seen built around a charity, and that's truly something amazing. We, in a time when, crowdfunding is at an all-time high and people are asking for thousands of dollars so they can make a bowl of potato salad.
Yeah.
Or buy a I think what was an Ike Turner inflatable head. I'm not sure. But to know that there are things like this where people can come and have a good time and also raise money for a very worthy cause, it really warms my heart. And I've been going around talking to everybody, trying to make them all feel welcome here. Autism is a real serious thing nowadays. More and more children are being diagnosed with it. And it's great that cons like this exist so that we can be able to promote its awareness around there and maybe invite some of the kids who do have autism, invite them here to have a good time, let them know that they're not going to be looked at as outcasts or monsters or freaks, that there are actual people that care about them and don't want them to end up hating themselves for something that's out of their control.
Correct. Now, is there any way for fans to keep up with you online? And a final message for all your wonderful fans out there.
Oh, man. This is the best part. You can like me on Facebook. I got several pages. Facebook.com/Dennis Daniel Show. Facebook.com/Karen Radio. Facebook.com/Steven's Guide to the Universe. My all-new Steven Universe panel and Facebook page, which we just passed 3,600 likes this past week. We are growing, and you can also get the all-new Steven's Guide to the Universe button pin starting Monday on Store Envy and the Facebook page itself. You can follow me on Twitter at the Dennis Daniel, because there are many Dennis. There's actually another Dennis Daniel. Did you know that?
Yep.
And guess what he does?
All this stuff.
He does radio.
Yeah.
Isn't that spooky? It's like, has my life been modeled after him? I don't know. That scares me. You don't know. But let's see what else is there. There's Carolot Radio on YouTube and Steven's Guide to the Universe on YouTube as well. We're uploading our panels there. I had another great panel here at Animatic Con. We're going to be uploading that in a couple of weeks. Got A&G we still got to upload with Celestial cosplay. What else is there? Carolot Radio on Twitter, Steven's Guide on Twitter, Little Professor Productions on Facebook, LPP Cincy. I'm a Scorpio, 5'11", Republican, I guess. Have I crossed? Let me check. So let's see here. Did I get everything? Yep. Yep, photographer, and yes, ladies, I'm single.
Alrighty, thanks so much for coming and hanging out with us, Dennis. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for having me.